Is your athlete a star when everything is comfortable, but play completely timid and passes the second they change teams or coaches? I mean, Jersey doesn't change their skills, but pressure reveals training. Welcome to the Underdawgs Voice Podcast. Today, 6'3", stretch forward, top-ranked honesty, Madison Fox drops by to break down how she handled moving her entire life from North Carolina to Italy. So, let's get it. All right, Madison, welcome to the Underdawgs Voice Podcast. What's going on? How's your day go? How did your day go? It's like
My day went well. How was yours?
it was cool. I gotta deal with a bunch of middle school kids, but it was cool. It was cool. I know you sleepy. It's about midnight in Italy right now. We got quite a little sunshine here, a little hot today, but we're gonna get you through this. All right. So let's start with the first questions. So, what was going through your mind during the literal transition from North Carolina to Italy? What was the hardest part emotionally about leaving everything you knew behind?
Well, it was very hard. It was very hard. Just hearing that I was gonna move and so suddenly I had to I just had to I just had to change. It was really hard. I had to change my whole thing, like um my friends, my friendships, my it's really just the friendships. The friendship really just kept me going with my teammates, coaches, like just a lot of relationships with them. Like it made a big part of my life and going to a whole different country, it can it can affect on how I can make new friends or just how I can just affect other places. So
Okay. All right. Understand. So when you finally stepped onto the court over there, did you feel immediate pressure trying to prove yourself quickly to a group of people who have no idea who you are?
I did not feel any pressure actually because I just know that I'm a very passionate person and I'm a very good player. Like I'm a team player first. I just love to just work as a team work with my teams and to just and me just being passionate and sweet to others like it would make me a big a big part a big part of the team and it would help me um to just to just fit in and to adjust. Yeah, adjust. So
Okay. Trust me, I know how hard it could be. So did basketball become an immediate comfort zone for you um, when you arrived, or did it just feel like another source of pressure because you had to establish your identity over again?
um it it started well it was it started to become more of a comfort for me ever since I just started getting older and just being alone in the gym, it just makes me feel like so comfortable just with my headphones in, just with the ball in my hands, like it made me feel free from my stress and from all my problems that is going on, like just with moving and move and yeah, with moving all this stuff around and to just adjust to this whole place once again. So just being in the gym, it just makes me have some type of zen and zone to just be by myself and with no worries. So
I can definitely attest to
Okay,
that. As
hey,
her mom, like I was worried. Well, I was concerned about how it would look because it's been a long, stressful process and how it would affect her immediately when she arrived here. And as soon as we got off the plane and got to the hotel, um, her and my husband, they
uh,
went straight, like she went straight to the gym. Like my husband left before us, so her ball came here early, and it's immediately at the hotel. She just went there, and so I think it really revealed itself that she was that was becoming her, her safe place, her
safe haven.
comfort zone. I think
Yeah,
it
how safe, please.
yes, it really revealed itself to her this move.
Yeah, I tell a lot of people that I work with or that I had coached, like I said, all the problems you got outside of this gym, leave it outside the gym, because this is supposed to be a safe space. Like, don't think about nothing else but hooping. This is supposed to be your world. Make it how you want it, but leave everything else out of it. And, this is your hour to be just who you really want to be. So kudos to you, Madison. Kudos to you. All right, so how do you eternally handle the label of being the new player without letting it make you play passive or second guess your training?
well, being a new player, it can always be like a shock or like a pressure at first, but since I'm used to going to like different places, different schools and playing for a new team, I just I just don't worry about it anymore. I just show my skills. I just show what I can do. I show that I'm a like again, like I'm a team player and
Uh-huh.
just yeah, just how confident I am and just to show and even though the coaches like they control like where I'm supposed to be, where they want me to where they want me to be, but I want to show like my skill set and how I can place in the floor like anywhere. So yeah.
Okay. So a lot of people think moving is just an administrative headache, right? But did this physically this did this physical displacement actually force you to adjust your pressure response and make you a sharper player?
Uh it did it did not. Um I didn't like again, I did not feel any pressure. Um, because I've been moving a lot. I've been moving yeah, I've been moving frequently. So it's of course it's a new place and I have to adjust to it. I have to adjust to it, but again, it becomes easier for me and it even though it is hard, I just have to I just have to adjust and just know that that I can fit in any place, so I just feel like I can fit in a lot more.
Okay, love it, love it. All right, mom. Look, listen. We've seen how athletes handle transition, right? As we just talked about how she handled transition. But behind every pressure proof athlete is a parent, right? Managing the environment. Um, so mom, when you first found out that the family was like traveling and moving to Italy, what was your biggest concern for Madison? And not as a student, but as a competitive athlete, who had to leave her sports network behind.
Um, for her, did like this is our second time being here, and the first time she was younger. She was 8, and when we came the first time, and so it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same, obviously, and so when we went back to North Carolina this time, she began to, garner her, her name, growing her name and her, notoriety or anything, and being around, uh, very well trained group of coaches and everything. And so my biggest concern when we found out that we were going back was what would it look like for her, and especially in the recruiting market, what would it look like for her, and would we how would the recruiting process go for her not being in the mix. And so me and my husband got together and tried to figure out different strategies for her being able to have have as much involvement over there and as much exposure as possible. And so we got different opportunities. My husband played for an Italian team. We were here the first time, and so we were working to trying to get her into their youth program. And we're making plans to come back during the summer so she can play with her, with her AAU team, so she can be in front of coaches. And so that was the main concern for us, was because it's a very unique situation. And
Situation.
so we were
Right.
just wondering how would that work out for her.
So when I was coaching AAU, I didn't travel a lot. I'd say I probably had 6 tournaments. The other times we was in the gym working on our game. My girls didn't travel a lot. So one thing that I did was I connected myself with a recruiting platform. And I told my girls, I'm videotaping every game. Here's your platform. You got register, and I'm going to teach you how to email coaches. And I want you to email at least 5 to 10 coaches a week. And this is how you're going to get recruited. I'm not worrying about being on a circuit and getting recruited that way. The good thing about it is most of them listen, and they did it. And they're in college playing basketball. Not because they was on a circuit, it's because they reached out to college coaches and sent them film. Because here's my perspective. Would you rather have 20, 30 coaches in a big building with 100 courts, not promising to be able to see you play? Or would you rather have 2,000 coaches sitting in front of their computer because they like to sit in front of their computer and recruit, look at your film, and be able to recruit you? And they was like, you're right. So they decided to take the 2,000 coaches that they had contact with and email them. And not just email them one time either. Like have a natural little conversation with them to get to know their coach. Like, hey coach, how you doing? Just checking on how the team doing and things like that. Coaches remember kids like that. Because coaches right now, and it's hard to build relationship with kids because of the transfer portal and things like that. You recruit a kid, they only stay with you for 1 year. You know what I mean? So a kid that does that has the advantage over a kid that doesn't. A kid that shows a coach that they want to come to the school has an advantage over a kid that's not sure they want to come to the school. So I told my girls, pick your favorite schools and email those coaches. And majority of the time, they got an email back from the coach. They got invited out to the school and all that. That's how my girls got, and we wasn't no top AAU team or none of that. None of that. We was a mom and pop AAU team, but it was just a strategy that I used to help them get recruited. So I think that might help you. I can send you the recruiter blog thing if you want, but that may help. So how is the basketball environment over there though for youth sports? Because America now is full with overseas players and women's sports and men's sports. Like NBA is taking over. European players are taking over the NBA, and every star in the NBA now is and really from the United States. So how's the basketball environment over there for you, Madison?
Say that question again.
How's the basketball environment over there for you? Do you find it to be more competitive, less competitive, more skill training than playing, or how do you see it?
Well, I have not practiced with the team yet, so I cannot say a lot, but I have been practicing with my dad a lot since we've been here because there's not because we do not know a lot of trainers here. We're like, of course, we've been here before, but we haven't like have been looking for trainers, so or any like just workouts. So I've been working out with my dad a lot to just work on my game every day, get my shot better every day, just working, or I hoot with my friends and just play with other men or which older people. So I just get there to improve my game more every day since there's not a lot of just not a lot of competition here. Just cause
We have before, so because we just recently came here we've been here for a month, a little over 5 weeks. And so we are working on getting, like I said before, and getting her attached with the youth league through my husband's former team that he played with. And so that's going to open up opportunities for her um to be able to play. And it matches her skill set, it matches her skill set more because I mean she is a skilled big, and so that's a big that's a and that's what a lot of big play what a lot of players with size are over here. And so we believe that that will play into her skill set and help her as well when she does get linked up with their program because they're in the playoffs right now. And so,
Okay.
they're in the ending of their season in the playoffs. So once that is done, then we'll be able to start up with them to begin working and training with
Boy, this sounds like a Kobe Bryant story.
them.
He Pines moved him over there too. He just got better. Like so, hey, you follow the footsteps of a great, of one of the greats. All right, look closely at the data here. Right, a lot of athletes don't struggle on a new team because they suddenly got weak or forgot how to dribble. They struggle because their environment changed faster than their confidence could stabilize. When you put your kid in a new club system or an older age bracket or a new city, do not expect them to look comfortable on day one. New environments expose pressure, responsibilities instantly. Your job as a parent isn't to look for comfort, it's to watch how they establish structure when the comfort is gone. So, mom, a lot of kids play great, right? When they feel safe and familiar. When Madison stepped into the new gym or off the plane, when she do step into the new gym, how do you think, for the very first time, how do you think she would be able to handle it? And what are you looking for in her body language um, from the bleachers?
Well, the most important part, like what you were saying, as far as like your note to parents, even though we are a military family that moves quite frequently, uh, the consistency and stability in our family is the most important aspect. And so, even though we change environments, our family is very stable. And so, I believe that that builds confidence in our children. And so for her making this big jump difference, because this is her first time with us moving, that she's had to really leave friends. I mean, we have younger children and they're still on the roller coaster of, oh, we're just happy to be moving. And so for her, this is a totally different time in her. And so, what I would look for, or what we remind her before she even goes to that new gym, what we remind her is remembering who she is, remembering how hard she's worked, remembering getting up at before school at 4:30, going to lift. Remember all of those things, and don't let anyone cause you to question that in yourself. So regardless of whoever is in there, you be confident in knowing in who you are. And so before we go in there, that's what we'll tell her. But when she walks in there, and with any kid, when they're in a new gym, just getting adjusted, and you'll notice it may be on form shooting, it may be a couple of misses, and then like, okay, let's see if when that confident when the comfortability starts to come, and then it starts to get comfortable in the gym and everything like that. So we just watch for that to see the jitters, how they, or if they, or how quickly they move away from her. So we just watch how she stands, how she walks around. Is she looking around? What is she doing? So yeah, that's what we look for.
Okay. That's a good observation. I could have said that better myself. So Madison, you are a 6'3" wing, right? But you're also an honor student, ranked number one in your class. How do you balance that level of academic pressure with varsity level basketball performance?
Well, it takes a lot of dedication, and I mean a lot. Like ever since I was in 8th grade, I had to I had to stay up very late just to get my homework done. And so it is very difficult, but my grades have been improving ever since then. So I've been getting straight A's, and I have been getting a lot of honor rolls. So I just kept that strategy going, and start I just began to start believing that if I just do this, then or if I study, then I would get a better grade. So I just kept moving forward, and I kept getting all my work done, either if it's after school or if it's after my practice. Like I get it done either way. So yeah.
Um, Coach, can I say something? Um,
Sure.
Actually, very important to us. And so, if me or my husband are going to be driving an hour and a half or 2 hours a few times a week to a practice, look, we're not driving for a player that can't keep their grades up.
Yeah, I
Like
get it.
that doesn't fly. And so she knows that, like, even if we're getting home at 10 or 10:30, she knows that, all right, I got to get up and do my books. I got to put my leg massagers on. I got to get a snack, and I got to get those books because that's our requirement. We're grateful and thank the Lord. We're so blessed that she's maintained, you know, her 4.0, but definitely it's through her hard work. And she's not saying that, but we're very proud of how diligent she is about her studies. Like how she'll email her teachers ahead of time and let them know whether she's going to be there or not. When she asks, can she make up, miss work or anything like that. Just staying in touch with her teachers. And so they begin to trust her as a student and not believe she's just an athlete trying to get by. And so she's learning those goals
Right.
now, because in college, they're not chasing you. Like then, so she has to learn it now, that you have to prioritize the student part of the student athlete. If you want to be an athlete at all, you don't want to end up probation or something like that, or not being able to play because you can't keep your grades up.
Right, right. When you don't feel motivated, Madison, or when the environment around you feels completely chaotic, what are the specific habits that help you stay so disciplined?
First, I pray to God. I lend him my worries, my problems. I lend him that, and so he can take it away. I do not worry a lot anymore that I've used to when I was a little younger. I have improved on just not focusing on mistakes or focusing on the crowd anymore. I just believe that I just believe that being being a very disciplined player and just being the person that I am. I'm not gonna let other people's negative comments or they're just negative feeling their aura like I'm not gonna let them get to me and show it on the court, cause or else I'm gonna be like a vulnerability and coach might not put me in. So I just need to like stand my ground and stay disciplined, like you said.
Love it. Love it. That's fine. Don't let nobody get to you. Gotta have that dog mentality that, I don't care what you say. If you gotta stop me, I don't care. So when you look at your own development, like what part of your game on the floor do you take most pride in, and what part are you working on the hardest to sharpen right now?
Well, first of all, I'm taking most pride in my shooting and my ball handling because I have worked very hard on them ever since like day one. I've been working
Hmm.
ever since then, and my shot has been getting better. So, and my ball handling, of course, but I'm working on my physicality and my aggressiveness because so I get in the gym and I start lifting weights. So I'm just trying to get my weight up so people won't be pushing me around.
There you go. Yeah, get that weight up. Get that weight up. Get stronger.
That's right.
This, but
That's
here's the
right.
thing. You said something earlier that like really helps a lot of great people out when they're playing basketball. And what you said is that even though you're not working with your team right now, you go play against grown people, like older than you and men. Like that's really going to help you on a basketball court when you play against somebody your age. Because if your mind like that, you're like, I just played against a 30-year-old man yesterday. Like I got played against somebody my, do you know what I mean? So I mean,
Yeah.
that's how I was. I was 14 playing against 30-year-old men. And knocked me down. They couldn't catch me, but when they did, they caught me. They caught me when they did. But that's a great thing that help you build your confidence and things like that. So that's really, really good. So every player loves playing when the ball goes through the net. But what handles your focus and keep you locked in into execution when your shots are not falling? What else do you do?
What keeps me, of course, I put my trust in God, but I also put my trust in my teammates to score as well. Like if I'm being double teamed or if yeah, as my shot is not falling or I can't get to the basket, I trust my teammates. I pass or I go get the rebound. I play defense. Like there's so many other things that I can do that's not just scoring. Um, of course, scoring is a big part, but it's not the whole thing of the game. There's also just playing hard, being a dog, rebounding, all of that stuff. It can help all around the whole game. So doing that, I can also still be a big part of the game and I won't be taken out because I'm not doing anything else than just scoring. So yeah.
Great, great. So this is a massive lesson for sports fans, right? Real confidence is not a feeling that only exists when the scoreboard looks good or when your shot are dropping. So if your athlete body language collapsed the second they miss two looks in a row, their confidence isn't real. It's situational. True pressure proof execution shows up after the mistake, after the coach screams, and after the environment shifts. Discipline is the floor that catches them when the height of the game disappears. And again, that's why pressure reveals training. All right, parents, look, if your athlete is struggling with a massive confidence swing, shuts down, or walk away after mistakes, or look like and absolute monster in practice, but turns completely passive under game pressure, they are stuck in a bad pattern. So just go down to the description right now, then grab the free pressure pattern snapshot, and just stop guessing why they are hesitating, and let's look at the actual behavioral data. So we can correct it before it even starts. All right, so let's get back to the show. Madison, Mom, I gotta ask you a question, Miss Nikki. What
All
is that
right.
ride like home? Like, what does that car ride home, that hour that you was talking about early in the half, 2 hours, what does that car ride home look like after a tough game, where her shot wasn't falling? Are you talking basketball, or are you forcing her to reset her internal clock?
It's a little bit of both. I can say that with her growing and maturing, and we are like allowing her to lead that conversation. Now she gets in the car and she would like to talk about um you know what she did or what she could improve. And we talked about um how about you go and you literally ask your coach after a game or after a practice, like, what,
Um,
what can I work on? Can I do better? What is something that I can improve? Like, instead of someone, you know, getting upset about their amount of playing time or anything like that, ask your coach, like, they're the one that controls your movement in and out of the game. What what do they need for you to do? And um it may not include shooting, especially if you're not a dynamic shooter, which a lot of people think that they are, but they don't work on it. And so that long car ride
right.
home, um we we talk about what I asked her what she talked to coach about. She makes it a habit to, after practice, she doesn't run out of the gym. She puts up shots. She makes sure she has to make what is it, 6 now, 8? What is it? Free throws in a row? What is it?
It was 7.
It was 7 free throws in a row before she leaves the gym. And she had a conversation with, they typically walk over to her and they have a conversation. I asked her what was the conversation about. And so, we'll talk about that and what does that mean and what can she do differently for the next practice, that like whatever she got fussed at about today. What can she improve for tomorrow? Like, how can you not get fussed at
Right.
tomorrow? If you're
Right.
if we saw on the sidelines, and my husband would like this when we were in college, I would sit and I would watch him and he would come over to me and say, "Hey, what do you see?" And so she does the same thing. And so she would ask, "Well, what did you see, or you know, what did you think that I could work on?" And so it's not the little like the little baby stuff anymore. Like I said, we're driving 2 hours. Um, you can stay at a local rec if it's for recreational play. Like, if this is what you seriously want to do, we can have conversations about that. And so, yeah, we just bounce back and forth about that. And if it's a time where she really needs to, where she's really feeling it, I could tell that she doesn't want to talk about it, then we won't. We won't talk about it, and then eventually by the time about 30 minutes home, she may say something, or she may ask me something. So it just depends all on her. But the more and more she's grown and mature, she asks different questions and she wants to get better. She tells me she wants to make her weaknesses her strengths. What does she get fussed at? I don't want to get fussed at about that anymore. And so she asks me, how can she do that? And so we talk about that. Or, she gets home, she talks to my husband about it.
And you know what? That's an anomaly, because that's not how a lot of things go. A lot of parents go. That car ride home is, whew, for most kids. That car ride home is, why you ain't do that? And that's why 70% of kids quit playing basketball or any sport by the time they turn 13. And that's one of the advices that I give a lot of parents that I talk to, is I tell them, after the game, it doesn't mean the game is over to your child. It's still in their head. They're still going over everything. And you're putting more pressure on them by, why you ain't do this? Do not talk to your kid after a game. Parents, if you listen, don't do it. Do not talk to your kid after a game. Let them bring the conversation up. If they don't bring it up, you don't bring it up. Give them 24 hours if you have to. Like, after 24 hours, don't even say, do not say this. Why you ain't score more? After 24 hours, ask them calmly, how do you think you did? And let them explain. Be quiet after that question. Don't interrupt them. So I think y'all doing a wonderful job. That's why she's the baller now. That's why she's a baller now. Because she got parents that knows, like you said about like your husband. Your husband, like, you went to sit and have him come over here. Hey, babe, what did you see? Did I have my head down? Had I made that mistake? You know, things like that. So, and that's one thing I told parents to watch for. Kids that I train to help them learn how to get out of pressure situations, because most kids don't know how to do that. They never been taught. So, and that's what I do. I teach kids how to handle pressure situations, but I also teach parents how to not put more pressure on their kids. And I think this is needed because you've seen it. And I'm about to ask you a question about this. Like, you've seen it. So, what is the biggest mistake, Mom, you see other parents, sports parents, make when their child is trying to integrate into a brand new team or system,
Or
even at a game? Oh,
allowing, even with an old team or with a new team, always allowing them to make the mistakes. A lot of times I see as soon as they make the mistake, the parent jumps up and say, hey, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do what you're supposed to be doing? I'm like, allow them to make the mistake, or actually allow them to make the adjustment. I mean, what is she training for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're working on something, all right, we're going to allow you to do it, to play with what you train for, and allow you to make the mistake and then adjust it. And so that teaches them more. That then grows their IQ more with them figuring it out than me as a parent saying, you need to do this. Let me tell you how it works. So allowing them to stumble and make those mistakes. It's a new environment. And so allowing them to, when they go to play pickup, you're the new person. Chances are they ain't gonna pick you. Yeah, but at first, like, they see her walking and she's tall and they're like, oh, you want a tall girl. But they don't give you the ball because they don't know you. And so, all right, so I'm not finna jump into that. Hey, we'll send you to the gym and let you figure it out. Let you figure that out yourself. And so the confidence grows organically rather than me trying to pressure. Sometimes I know, like, even at the beginning of this conversation, I wanted us to, so you can see both of us, I put my hand on her. I know that putting my hand on her makes her emotional, like it makes her, because I'm her mom. And so I wouldn't do, so I have to be aware of what my voice does to her. And so a lot of times my husband says something to her, I won't, because it will make her cry. And it's not like I said anything mean. It's just a simple fact that my voice does that to her. So I won't say anything. And I'll allow her and I'll wait for her to come and ask me instead of, because parents' voice matters, but the kids, when they hear their mom's voice, it's something about it. And so when you're yelling and when you're yelling at that kid, it causes them to crumble. I mean, more so than you have to be aware of how your voice affects your kid. And so sometimes I won't even show up to it. I'll send her off with coach, with the team, to a tournament, and I won't show up because me being there sometimes will affect me, especially if it's a big game. I just won't be there. And I'll let her tell me about it afterwards. And she can tell me like, oh, Mom, my confidence is growing. I feel, and I realize I'm not there. And it's okay with me. So I'm okay with this being her journey. We've had our day in the sun. This is her journey, not mine. So you just have to be aware of us.
I love the simple fact that you said parents have to be aware, because most parents are not really aware of what they're saying to their kid and how it affects them. And most kids are not going to say anything because they don't want to hurt their parents' feelings. Um, I think what you're doing, and I think by you being aware, I think that makes her stronger. Um, I think you're holding yourself accountable as a parent, and she sees that. So when you hold yourself accountable, she tends to learn and holds herself accountable as a ball player, right? So what you just said, I think will help out my audience a lot because they need to hear this from another parent, not just me, but from another parent. So I really appreciate it. All right, man. So we ain't forget about you. We ain't forget. We ain't forget about you. I got some more questions for you. We ain't forget about you. But I'm gonna try to get you so I know you're getting lost, your eyes closed, like getting a little sleepy. We ain't forget about you. So, Madison, when the lights are bright, it would look, man. It was just a good, that was just a good segue into getting a parent to talk because I don't have too many parents who need to talk like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but when the lights come on and they are bright and the game is moving fast, Madison, what do you think pressure actually reveals about you as a basketball player?
Again, it reveals that I'm a team player. I'm a very kind, I'm a very sweet and loving person, and I care about my team first. Of course, I want to improve my game. I want to score as well, but without the team, you're not winning. So I I don't feel pressure because I have my team. I have relationships with my team enough to trust them so that I can always know who can who can do what and who can make a layup and who cannot. I have to know who can do what and know what my place is as well. So pressure does not affect me as much anymore. Like I said before, I just have to believe and I have to just believe and to know that I can trust other people and not just myself.
Great, great, great. So your father served in the military, right? So which is why y'all made this move. Do you think growing up in a military household structurally shaped your discipline and execution on the court?
I believe so because because it just moving, just being a military kid, it it made me it just made me have it made ooh, it's adjustment. Yeah, it was a huge adjustment and it made me it made me I had okay, this adjustment I had a lot I had a lot of adjustments and I made it was hard for this adjustment, but it I started to have I started to get more comfortable with it. So with those adjustments, with those just with the moves, it made me more comfortable and it made me realize that even though I gotta make more friends, I gotta fit in more. I just feel like that I can be my own person and what I can be my own person, I can be who I am and not let not let others affect me. So it just made me disciplined more as a person and then basketball wise, it didn't really change for me basketball wise. So yeah.
Okay, good job. So what are some core values you learned from that lifestyle that translated directly into your game? Um, when the game gets intense.
Values like again like trust, discipline, um yeah, trust, discipline, and to just know that I have I have a family, and I just believe that with being a military kid and having having to move so suddenly and changing just my schedules, it it just gives me a lot of hope that I can do a lot of things. I can do all things, but with God, of course, because he God made me have this path, made me choose this path forward, and gave me this opportunity to have a new lifestyle in this country. So I just have to adjust and believe that I can fit in this.
Okay. All right. So what do average young athletes completely misunderstand about what it actually takes to become a high level elite player?
Well, of course, what they don't understand is the hard work that they have to do. I had to wake up. I have to wake up early in the morning, like 4:30, like my mom said, 4:30 in the morning to do weights before school, and then I do my classes. But then after school, I eat a snack, but then I go straight and I go work out with my dad. I do that every day. I do conditioning. I do a lot of shots. I just do a lot of things to condition myself and to just cleanse myself with all my abilities. So it just they don't know like how much time I have to put in to just be as good as I am now, to be a good shooter, to have great handles. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort, and them and people underestimating that it makes it because there's a lot of people out there that just feel like that you can just wake up and be the next LeBron. Like, no, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to just be to just shoot better. So you just have to get in the gym as much as you can. If you can't do it every day, at least do it like 3 times a week. Just something like you can just if you just sit around and sit around and do nothing, then just sit around and yeah, just sit around, then there's nothing gonna happen. There's nothing gonna happen, and you're not gonna get any better. So you just gotta wake up and just go to work.
Be the same.
Mhm.
You're gonna wake up and be the same player you was yesterday. It's always about getting
Right.
1% better every day. All right. So
Can
in
I
your
ask
eyes, what makes an
I'm
oh
sorry.
yeah, you can go ahead. Sorry, mom, go ahead.
I apologize. I'm sorry. Um,
You all right, you good.
uh, what she's learning, especially this season, because she had to deal with struggles and through any injuries, anything like that.
Yeah.
Learning how to take care of her body. Um, the underestimate like with all the work that she does, taking care of yourself. Like with her leg massage, with her, with how she eats, with her being able to get rest, all of these things that she is learning more now, especially with being able to fuel her body and be able to compete. Because even if you do work out every day, if you're not taking care of yourself, your body's going to break down. And so she's definitely learned that through recently and being able to definitely take more initiative in taking care of her body and stretching and everything like that.
Great, because a lot of kids don't take care of themselves and they wonder why they tired, hurting, and get hurting, playing 80 games, and don't take care of their bodies. I don't, I don't, I don't get it. You telling everybody you want to be a star, but you don't want to train your body. And that's
Mm.
crazy. How they think LeBron got to play until he 95? LeBron will play basketball until he 95 because he take care of his body so well. If you
Right.
95 years old,
Well, but,
playing. All right. So, Madison, if there is an athlete watching right now who just switched schools or teams and feels completely lost or stripped of their confidence, what tactical advice would you give them? Well, what advice would you give them? You don't got it, just any advice. What advice would you give a person that's in your situation that uh, switching schools or switching teams or moving to another country? What would you say to them?
I'll just say don't stress about it, because if you keep stressing about it, then you won't be able to prove yourself. You won't be able to prove that you are a great player, that you can play. And if you can't, then the coach won't know where to put you, and your coach won't know like what you can do, so they can either put you on the bench or put you somewhere that you don't a position that you don't know. So I just say to trust in God, or just trust in yourself that you can prove anything, that you can prove that you have worked hard. And I just just work as much as you can, and just believe that just being either even if you're an even if you're a new player, you can still prove yourself no matter what. You just gotta believe that nobody can stop you. You just gotta have confidence.
Okay, good advice. Good advice. All right, listen. And mom, since you on here, Miss Nikki, I gotta put you through the fire. I'm sorry, but hey, you gotta go through the fire now. Like, so we're about to hit the fun fire round. So everything is rapid. First thing that comes to your mind, I'm gonna break it down to you on how it goes. So now that you're on here, let me see. You got like 5 questions. I'll probably just mix everything up though. So you just gotta be ready for it. All right. So listen, it's 2 of y'all. We're down by 20 points. Okay. Okay. So each question gets you 2 points if I like it. It gets you 3 if I really like it. Like it gets you 1 point if I'm like, okay, that's fine. But it gets you 0 points if I don't like it. I'm just not going to give you anything. You're not going to get no points. I'm gonna be that mean old coach. Like you're not getting nothing. Nope, nothing at all. Nope. Get on the bench because you just messed up. I'll get
You
out the
right.
game. All right. So I'm just letting y'all know that's how I go. Listen, and I got 2 of y'all. So nobody ever lost this game. So don't lose this game, y'all. And it's 2 of y'all. Oh my God.
Okay.
It's 2 of y'all. Do not lose this game. All right. So y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. First question is for you, Madison. Favorite basketball player to watch or study?
Asia Wilson.
Good. Okay, like that. That's 2 points. Mom, more stressful watching Madison compete in a close varsity game or watching her report card come in?
Well, I'm not worried about her report card ever. But watching her complete in a tense game, in a high stakes game.
Okay. Now my camera about to get on my nerves because I don't know why I just switched to motion. I'm just going up and down. Let me stay focused. All right, so that's 4 points. Y'all got it. That's 4 points. Good. All right, Mom. The hardest part of packing up an entire athlete's life moving across the world.
Sustaining relationships.
Oh,
And
okay.
you have to be, because you know what kind of relationships you've built will reveal themselves. Because it's plenty of coaches be like, hey, if you need me, call me, contact me. We got the coaches giving out emails to coaches, like you said earlier, emailing these coaches, all of these things, preparing opportunities for her. And if we didn't have those relationships, then it'd be dry dust. And so that would be the part about packing her up, and the comfort that we have with her still having people that have her back here makes it very, makes it more, more comfortable as far as like for us. And the unknown, you just don't know what you don't know what you're walking into. And even though we've been here before, it's still she's older now, so it's a new terrain. But it's just the unknown of it all. But
Okay. I like that. That's a 3-pointer right there. So let me see what. All right, we had 9 points right now, so we're down 11. All right, we done. I think. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes my math is a little off. Well, we're down 11, so we got 9 points. All right, Madison. This one for you. Favorite thing about living in Italy so far?
Their culture and their food.
Okay, culture and food. All right. So, Madison, what is your dream school or program you are eyeing?
Texas.
Okay. Schaefer, you like Vic Schaefer?
Yep.
Okay, I give you 2 points for that. That's now. All right, we down 7 points. 7 points. 7 points. All right, Mom. When she makes a mistake on the floor, do you look at her or do you look at the coach reaction?
Both.
You gotta give me one, Mom. You only got to give me one.
Okay. All right.
You gotta give me one.
All right. Like, I look at her. Obviously, I'm gonna check her. Check her body. Check her body language and stuff like that.
Okay.
But then what coach does lets me know, like, okay,
she's good or not.
It lets me know what if she was. I say if there's approval there in what she's doing, like, because typically coaches don't cut a fit if you make a mistake.
Right.
They cut a fit based on what you do after that. So if we're not, and then I'll be like, and then after the game, or whenever I'm talking to, like I said, relationships, talk to them like, they'll come and tell me, she got to pick up with that or something like that. And so I do watch both, not as a critique on the coach, but because if you trust them with your, you got to trust the coach. But I just, as a critiquing part, I watch both.
Madison, this for you. What is one word your teammate would use to describe your presence? It could be your old teammates, because I know you didn't get to see your new teammates yet, so it could be your old teammates.
Gentle.
Gentle? Okay. Again, we was down by 7. We down by 5 now, because you said gentle. All right. You said gentle. All right, so what do regular people misunderstand the most about serious, dedicated athletes, Madison?
Say that one more time.
What do regular people misunderstand the most about serious, dedicated athletes?
The work ethic.
Okay, work ethic, 2 points. All right, so now we're down by 3. All right, if basketball completely disappeared tomorrow, what will you still want people to remember about who you are?
My faith for God, and that I am very caring.
All right, so what else would you be doing if basketball disappeared today? What would you be doing?
I would be doing engineering or art.
Okay, all right. We need more women engineering in the world. Yeah, we need that. Glad you picked us. All right, so I'm gonna give you 3 points for that. Guess what? Now we're tied. Right? Now, this one question right here is gonna make you or break you, so please don't say the wrong thing, because you can lose the game off of this. You can lose the game completely off of this question. So I really want you to concentrate on this and think about this, right? And if you follow my podcast or seen any of them, then you will know the right question or the right answer. So, what is your pre-game playlist right now to lock you in? What song do you listen to and who's the artist? Think about this. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think about this one, because if you say the wrong thing, you can lose this game. And we tied right now, so you either lost or win.
I don't have.
You don't have one?
What's it called? What's it called? I like Stand by Caleb Gordon. That's what I like.
All right. Okay. Ding, 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 ding. You won. You won a fun fire round. You won by 2. Good job. Because this one I'm telling you. If you would have said Drake, y'all would have
Oh my
lost.
gosh.
Y'all would have lost.
Oh
You
my-
would have said Drake. The game would have been over, and y'all would have lost. I would just click the thing on. I would have just stopped this and just clicked it off and just laughed. And you would have said Drake. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, you would have said Drake. Woo! All right, good fun fire round. Now I got an underdog certify you with my last signature question that I ask everybody. All right, Madison. So, Madison,
Yes.
what does being an underdog mean to you, and how do you carry that identity with you, both in the United States and in Italy?
Well, of course, since I play with other older people, of course, or just new people that when I just first get in the gym, people see me as a tall, lanky person, just with a ball in her hand. And when I when I ask to play with them or when I ask to hoop with them, of course they're hesitant at first because they don't know if I can play or not. So they underestimate me, and I'm like, okay, that's good. So I have to show you that I am not who you think I am, and that I can actually play. So when I do show them, they are surprised, but they're surprised, but they're actually happy. So they have like another player to actually playing with, and to just have fun and not like downgrade downgrade on their team just because of one person. So I just I just believe that people underestimated me just because of my size and just how lanky I am. So when I show them my skill set, they show like a whole new opinion about me. So yeah.
Okay, so proving everybody wrong. Okay, I got you. That's what you think underdog means. Good job, good job. All right, Madison, look, I really appreciate y'all being on here. It was fun. I appreciate you stepping into the gym and keeping it 100 with us.
Thank you.
Great job, great job, great job. Hey, and Mom, thank you for stopping in. Also, Miss Nikki, I had I had to work on a fly, so you really put the pressure on me. You really put the pressure on me, so I had to take my own advice. All right, but parents, look, here's the bottom line from the trenches, parents. Pressure is not always a loud crowd or a late game situation. Sometimes pressure looks like change. It looks like a new environment, new expectations, starting over from the bottom of the depth chart and trying to stay confident while everything around your athlete shifts. Madison's story shows exactly what happens when an athlete chooses discipline, structure, adaptability over panic.
Mm.
The player who learns how to adjust their execution without losing their identity are the ones who separates over the long haul. If this podcast hit home for your sports family, share it with other basketball parents dealing with the transition. And if your athlete is struggling with confidence swings, bad body language after mistakes, or handling a new role, go down to the description and grab the free pressure pattern snapshot. This has been the Underdog Voice. I'm Coach Q. That is Madison and Miss Nikki. Say bye, y'all. Say bye to the people.
Bye.
All right, so remember, pressure reveals training, and every underdog has their day. I'm Coach Q, and we're out.